Biden should be a lot more powerful than he already is. At one point, he reminded you that there's nothing you can do to fight back against the government because he's got nuclear weapons and you don't.
The Second Amendment from the day it was passed limited the type of people who could own a gun and what type of weapon you could own. You couldn't buy a cannon. Those who say the blood of patriots, and all the stuff about how we're going to have to move against the government. Well, the tree of liberty is not water with the blood of patriots. What's happened is that there never been, if you wanted to think you need to have weapons to take on the government, you need F-15s and maybe some nuclear weapons.
So to take on the government, you need F-15s and some nuclear weapons, says Joe Biden. But wait, isn't this guy telling us that the January 6th insurrection by the QAnon army nearly toppled American democracy? It doesn't make any sense at all. But Joe Biden stuck with this point, continuing. Guns are the problem, he told us again and again.
Now, the gun lobby wants you to believe that cities that are had the toughest gun laws still have the highest rates of gun violence. The violence is, so they argue, why do you need those gun laws if they don't work in cities that have tough laws? Don't believe it. Here's the truth. Today's conversation with Mayor Scott of Baltimore, for example, echoed what we know to be the case and hear from mayors all across the country. Mayors have the power to help shape and enforce the laws in their cities. But they can't control the laws in neighboring cities and states, even though the gun legally bought there often ends up in their streets.
Oh, so there it is right there. So all the crimes in the cities. But we're not going to attack the crime in the cities. We're going to disarm people outside the cities where there's not much crime because that's the root cause of crime in the cities. But what it doesn't explain is if guns cause crime, say in Chicago, they're always saying huge murder rate in Chicago, very low murder rate in Indiana, rural Indiana, but they're saying all the guns come from rural Indiana. But if there's so many guns in rural Indiana, why isn't there more crime? Oh, it doesn't make sense. And what makes even less sense is that these cities where crime really is a life-changing problem aren't even enforcing their own gun laws, the ones on the books. According to a report in the Washington Post, Baltimore's District Attorney, Marilyn Mosby, quote, rarely secures prison time for gun offenders. What? If you want to stop crime, you would incarcerate people who use guns to hurt other people, but they're not. In Philadelphia, conviction rates for gun crimes dropped from 63% in 2017 to 49% in 2019. Meanwhile, arrests for illegal gun possession went up. It's the same story in Chicago. Kind of missing the point. James Craig understands what the point